Thank you so much for allowing me to put his picture out there, and maybe somebody who sees it would have seen him and know what happened.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bryant?
All right, Jane. Filmmaker Gil Baker is back with us. He was with us yesterday also. Gil's been working as a volunteer rescuer down there and also taking some pictures of what's going on. What happened down there last night?
Well, yesterday afternoon, Bryant, One Liberty Plaza, which had been a triage center the previous night, the night of the collapse of the World Trade Center. That building was structurally weakened, and in fact, for the footage that's here at CBS that I shot, I took a picture in the basement. I went down to use the facilities down there, and there was a crack in what I thought might have been a facade, but when I went upstairs, I asked one of the fire guys, did anyone check out this building in terms of structure? And they said, yeah, it's okay. Well, the next day, the building was buckled, and I was at the bottom of the building shooting, about 60 yards, maybe less, maybe 30 or 40 yards away from the building itself, and somebody called, it's coming down. And I don't know how many guys, 200 or 300 guys, including myself, shooting at that point because there was no specific
Did everybody get out?
Everybody got out. The building hasn't come down yet that I know of. Unless it came down overnight.
I'm sure that's not the only building down there that's in trouble. As you're down there, I'm not sure people appreciate how difficult the rescue operation is and how dangerous it is still.
There's a chance that more lives could be lost, and not it may not be single digits. I mean, there could this isn't over yet. I mean, the repercussions from the impact of this have affected a number of buildings down there, and no one is sure right at the minute exactly the status because everyone's involved with the cleaning up. I think probably today more information will be ascertained in terms of the structural safety of these buildings.
There were a lot of people concerned about the air quality, particularly the possibility of asbestos in the air. Are you hearing much of that concern down there?
Well, you don't see very much of it. There are not many gas masks. And a lot of these buildings that are coming down were built in the 60s and 70s, and I think the level of asbestos was down at that point. They weren't using it as much. Most of what was in the air, most of it was gypsum from sheetrock, and I'm not going to sit here and say there isn't any asbestos in the air, but we're all walking around with and without masks.
Is there a single worst problem down there beyond just the enormity of the rubbish, the debris that you have to wade through in order to get to either a survivor or a victim? Well,
here's what the rescuers are up against. They're up against gas leaks. They're up against underground fires that they don't know about. They're up against buildings that could be coming down on them. And it would be totally unexpected.
How many gas leaks are we talking about down there?
Well, I smelled 2 or 3 just in a 1-hour period. I came across 2 or 3, and other rescue workers and fire department people noticed them.
How many fires do you have going on down there?
That I couldn't say because there's stuff going on underground. The ground is very hot, and you don't know exactly what's going on. You can lift up a piece of metal, which I was helping clear rubbish on the first night, among other things, and I lifted up a piece of metal, and a flame shot up.
Mm-hmm. We've heard there are no more cell phone calls coming from inside the rubbish. We've heard there's no more tapping coming from inside there. Is there a general feeling among the workers down there that anybody they find from now on is going to be classified as a victim?
Well, if you were there and you saw what I saw, it's hard to imagine that anybody could survive. It's leveled. The building was leveled. 102 stories.
Yeah, but nonetheless, they pulled an awful lot of survivors out of there.
They did, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I think that period may be over. I hope it isn't. I mean, these are innocents. These are innocent people. They did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. They're the victims of some kind of a religious fervor, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Gil, thanks very much.
Yeah.
The time is 10:24 Eastern. Some viewers will now cut away for local news. Here we're going to continue with our special edition of The Early Show right after this.